You are looking at a mysterious structure that was recently discovered beneath the ocean. But what's really mind-blowing is how many other undiscovered civilizations are hiding beneath our oceans. So today we will be uncovering some of their secrets. In recent years, humans have made some incredible discoveries under the sea. One of these discoveries includes the Lion City, an ancient city that was covered by sand for hundreds of years. This city was so well preserved that archaeologists were able to discover mummies and other artifacts from daily life in this ancient civilization. In 2018, a group of archaeologists found some ceramic fragments at the bottom of the Baltic Sea. It took them months to clean these fragments up, and they were able to discover that they were actually part of a much larger puzzle. These pieces were part of a 9-meter-long wall, and they had inscriptions on them that were up to 800 years old. Archaeologists also discovered that these pieces used to belong to a huge structure that was built around 1200 AD. The only problem is that no one knows exactly what this structure is. Some say it was a port, while others say it was a lighthouse or maybe even a part of a medieval city. The reason why it's difficult to tell is because this entire structure is now underwater. That's right. Since the sea levels rose over the last few centuries, this structure has been completely submerged. And with time, more and more artifacts have been discovered here. For example, archaeologists have also discovered parts of ships and even coins from the 13th century. Who knows? Maybe one day we will uncover an entire city just like we did in Egypt. But while we still don't know what this structure was used for, there are other secrets that have already been uncovered. About 100 meters deep below the surface of the Black Sea, you can find another sunken city. But this city is not only filled with mystery, it's also filled with danger. If you want to visit this sunken city yourself, you need to be very careful. That's because this city is highly protected and guarded by venomous creatures. There are countless jellyfish, blue-ringed octopus, and even sharks in these waters. And if any of these animals decide to attack you, your trip to the sunken city will come to an abrupt end. But once you get past all these creatures, you can discover buildings that are more than 2,500 years old. These ruins are from the Kingdom of Atlantis. Unfortunately, most of the city is in very bad shape, but that doesn't mean we haven't found anything valuable here. In 2018, for example, a team of archaeologists discovered an entire harbor, and 2 years later, they found this harbor's entrance, which helps us understand how people would transport goods to and from the city. But speaking of valuable discoveries, let me tell you about an archaeological site that is so special it has its own name. The Yonaguni Monument is a man-made structure that was likely created during the Jomon period. According to Japanese mythology, this monument is the location where the gods first made landfall when they came to Earth. However, the truth is that no one truly knows what this monument is used for. Some say it was used for religious purposes, while others say it was used as a tool to track time. But if you ask me, I think it's a lot more fun to believe that this monument is a remnant from the Kingdom of Atlantis. After all, according to Plato, the Kingdom of Atlantis used to be located in the ocean. And since this monument looks very similar to structures that were built by the Atlanteans, I think it's safe to say that this monument could be one of the lost relics of the Kingdom of Atlantis. Now, let me take you to the Mediterranean Sea. Here you will see something that looks like a Roman chariot. But what's so interesting about this discovery is that it's not just one artifact. In fact, there are thousands of Roman chariots resting at the bottom of the Mediterranean. But why are all these chariots here? Well, it's all because of one event. More than 1,500 years ago, a massive earthquake shook the Mediterranean. The waves that followed this earthquake destroyed the coastal cities of Heracleion. This was the main port of ancient Egypt. In a matter of seconds, thousands of people lost their lives and many ships sank into the water. Most of these ships contained goods that were made in Rome, including chariots. Over the years, more and more artifacts have been discovered here. Chariots, statues, coins, and countless other artifacts. The reason why all these artifacts are still here is because this area is a protected site. No one is allowed to disturb the artifacts that are here. So that means that maybe one day we will uncover an entire Roman city. But moving away from Egypt, we have another sunken city, and this one is quite a bit older. The city of Heracleion was founded in 500 BC. At this time, the city was a part of the kingdom of Lydia. This kingdom was known throughout the world for its wealth and power. However, after the kingdom fell apart, Heraclea became a part of the Persian Empire. When Alexander the Great conquered the Persians, Heraclea became a part of his empire. And when he died, the city fell into the hands of the Ptolemaic dynasty. But since this city was located near the coast, the rising sea levels caused it to sink into the water. Today, archaeologists are still trying to uncover the mysteries of this city. So far, they've discovered that it used to have two harbors, one for trade and one for fishing. They've also discovered temples, houses, and streets. Who knows what other secrets this city is hiding? Speaking of sunken cities, there is a place that has earned the nickname the Lost City. It may look like a myth, but this city is a reality. It's a megalithic site that was likely used for religious ceremonies. However, over the years, it has been eroded by the sea, causing it to sink into the water. And since it's located in Indonesia, the local divers consider this structure to be cursed. That's because every time they try to explore this structure, something bad happens. Some divers get injured, while others lose their lives. Many believe that the spirits of the people who constructed this structure don't want anyone to explore it. So that means that this structure could be the key to understanding ancient Indonesian culture. But wait, I saved the best discovery for last. This is an archaeological site that is located in Greece. At first glance, you might think that it's just a statue. But if you look closer, you will realize that this statue isn't alone. In fact, there are 16 other statues that are surrounding this statue. What makes this discovery so special is that it's one of the oldest human-made structures ever discovered. It's called the Temple of Apollo, and it dates back 3,000 years. This temple was constructed in the 14th century BC, and it was used for religious ceremonies. The statues that surround this temple represent the 12 Olympians. These gods played a major role in Greek mythology, and they were said to live on Mount Olympus. However, there are many other ancient structures that lie beneath our oceans, and many experts believe that these structures are much more important than the ones I've already mentioned. Take the Puma Punku, for example. This structure is located in Bolivia, and it dates back 1,500 years. Some experts believe that the Puma Pundu is a lot older, but no one knows for sure. What we do know is that this structure was likely used for religious ceremonies. But some conspiracy theorists claim that this structure was built by aliens and that it has nothing to do with the Inca civilization. To be honest, I think that there is some truth to this theory because it's nearly impossible to believe that humans built this structure without the use of modern technology. Another structure that's getting a lot of attention is the Great Sphinx of Kum Ombo. Many people believe that there is a second Sphinx somewhere in the ocean, but nobody knows exactly where this Sphinx is located. Some believe that it's buried in the sands of Egypt, while others say it's resting at the bottom of the ocean. If you ask me, I think it's likely that this Sphinx is hiding beneath the ocean. And with the help of modern technology, we may be able to discover it in the near future. And speaking of the future, imagine what kind of discoveries we will make 100 years from now. By then, more cities will have sunk into the ocean, and we will likely be able to discover ancient cities that have been hidden for thousands of years. But until then, we will just have to marvel at the amazing discoveries that have already been made. But now, it's time for you to make a decision. Do you believe there are ancient cities hiding beneath the ocean? Or do you think that all these discoveries are simply a coincidence? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and if you want to learn more about the Kingdom of Atlantis, stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, then what are you waiting for? Subscribe for more.